Hi, this is Lauren from LSP Actions and welcome to the video tutorial for the LSP Boho Dreams Bed digital background, part of the Boho Simplicity range available at www.lsp-actions.com. You may have seen a tutorial for this bed already as part of the LSP Digital Background Applicator Photoshop Actions demonstration. These actions are available also on the website. They help you add and blend baby. This tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to add a baby to this digital background by hand. So what you need to do first is open up this image in Photoshop. This is a layered Photoshop file, and you can come up the top window and hit layers just to make sure your layers panel is showing here. In your layers panel you have the base layer, which is the simple bed here with the flat white. And above this you have flat bed open group. And you can turn this on, open the group, you have a flat white blanket. So you can add that blanket and add baby on top. This is just super fun to play with. Just simply turn on or off. And you can add a pillow too to the flat bed if you wanted to, add baby nestled in on the pillow. Above this you have the bumped bed. So this is a bumped up. This is great if you have baby more on a bumped kind of tushy up pose there. So that just allows you that extra bit of curve if you need it for your particular image. You can add a pillow to the bumped bed. And you can also add the blankie too, if you wanted to add baby coming in over the top of that blanket. Above this you have the placeholder for baby. Place by going File, Place Embedded, you can copy and paste or drag and drop the baby image in. It may appear in this blank layer, it may appear just above it, either is fine. Above this you have the bed topper. Now this is a blanket that can go over the baby, and to operate this you need to open the group. Don't click on the rail, don't move that, that's just, leave that be. Under here you have the blanket top, which is this part, and you can warp that to fit your baby to look like the blanket's actually going over them. Really cool, and I'll show you how to do that. But for now I'm going to turn it off. And then above this you have a boho toned rainbow that you can add to this bed too, if you wanted to add that in. Just simply turn on or off. So let's get started adding a baby image in. So to add the baby image in, you can either copy and paste, drag and drop, or come up to File, Place Embedded. Either way, locate the baby image on your computer and add it in over the top. I'm going to go for the File, Place Embedded option here. So I'm going to go File, Place Embedded, and locate the baby image on the computer that I wish to add in. This one I've already cropped it down. When adding by hand, you're going to want to kind of position baby on the bed in a naturalistic position. It's up to you whether you want baby to look very big or very small on the bed. I prefer kind of a medium size, and keep them up nearer the pillow area rather than the bottom, but go with the natural curve. This image is naturally quite curved. If baby is straight you may wish to add them down a little bit. So just go with whatever looks best. Double click or hit enter to place the baby. If the baby hasn't appeared in this box, don't worry too much. I'm just going to put the opacity back up again. Add a layer mask if so, down here the little icon, the rectangle with the circle inside. And now grab your brush, set to black, and start painting away this background. Now this image is great because it was shot on a very similar colour to this digital background. So that's kind of what you want to achieve really, is a similar toning. If you can. So it's best to shoot for any digital that you have rather than getting the digital and then thinking, hey, which image is going to work? But at the same time, that's exactly what I'm doing here. This image was not shot for this digital, obviously, so it's just finding the images that is going to work for you. So I'm just being a little slapdash at the moment about removing this background, and then I'm going to zoom in and do the masking a bit better. You can see I'm just clicking away with this black brush here. And now I'm just going to zoom in a little bit better and mask baby. Because the original background, even though it's darker than the white blanket, I would recommend shooting baby on white. It's quite similar. I'm just going to lightly bring this in so that we have some of those natural shadows coming. If you're using the LSP digital background applicator actions, they have blend the colours here, which means you can whiten and edit, and you can watch the video tutorial for this on the LSP Actions website or the LSP Actions YouTube. Those actions really are phenomenal when it comes to adding baby in, and they save you a lot of time because they kind of do everything for you. You can always hit V on the keyboard to move the baby to if you want to reposition baby at any point, or Control or Command T to resize, to rotate, to do anything like that. You can add in your other editing layers to add shadows, but if you can keep some of your original shadows in, that's really good. Sorry, this bit is bugging me here, so I'm just going to... There are so many ways you could mask in Photoshop, but having kind of a knowledge of being able to do this, well, you'll find that really, really very helpful. And once you're happy, you can change the colours if you want to. You can take colours down. You can either do that by using the actions or by using adjustment layers. Either way, absolutely fine. It just depends on your level of kind of experience with Photoshop and compositing, but either way, there's lots of tutorials on the LSP Actions website when it comes to using composites. There's lots of tutorials on YouTube too. Basically, you just need to be able to mask the baby correctly, and I recommend editing your editing steps first to the skin and the toning, because that's going to make your life a lot easier too. And if you can shoot baby on a similar coloured background, that's even easier. I'm going to come down here to the little half and half icon and add a hue and saturation adjustment layer. Right click, create a clipping mask. This is not something you need to do. This is just something I'm doing just to take those reddy orange tones down from the last little bit of remaining background. I'm going to use Control or Command I to invert, because we don't want a ghost white baby. You can see I'm just clicking that over these little bits of remaining background there. But as I said, if you have those LSP Actions digital background applicator actions, they do kind of do all this for you. They give you all these layers that you can paint on, so it makes it a lot quicker. I've kind of got quite reliant on those. And you can watch a tutorial with this bed with those actions on the LSP Actions website or on the LSP Actions YouTube channel. So once you've blended baby in, now you can start playing with what you'd like to do with this digital background. Don't think we need the bump bed after all, or the flat bed. Turn the pillow off. We could leave the little blanket under baby. If you're going to do that, you're just going to need to paint some of the original background away there. Probably going to want to add a layer underneath the baby, levels or curves, to add some shadows in if you're not using the actions. So bring it down, Control or Command I to invert, grab a white brush, and you can paint some shadows in. If I'm going too fast, again, please do watch some more beginner friendly video tutorials when it comes to using composites and adding the baby in. So above this, the bed topper, you can click on this to open it, click the little eye, and you'll see it's kind of put this rough blanket over the baby. Again, don't click on this red one, rail don't move. Click on the blanket top. Control or Command T brings up the transform window. Now this is really cool. Right click and hit warp. And what you can do, you can start basically bringing this over the baby. You can warp it into place just by dragging it around. So I just want to make sure it's covering baby completely there. Even bring it in here. So baby is now covered up. Hit enter when you're happy. And underneath this you have a layer called paint on shading. So you need to grab a brush set to white. I recommend quite a low flow. And you can paint on some shading onto your baby here. Some kind of natural shadowing there. So that's how to use that really cool bed topper there. So you can literally add a blanket over the baby if you wanted to. And that's how to use the LSP Boho Dreams Bed digital background. There are so many things you could do with this one, just because of all these extra options in. Just make sure you shoot baby on a nice neutral white background, and you can just play away. It means you can create similar but different images every time for your clients, which is really, really cool. And one of the things I love to be able to create at LSP, to give you fun things to play with. This is available at www.lsp-actions.com. I'm Lauren. Thanks for watching.